Hey guys, welcome to Joe's RC Corner. I appreciate everybody joining me today. Whoever shows up, we'll see. We'll let it get some video here and see how all of it's coming through. Hey Theo, good seeing you, man. Or at least hearing from you. Can't believe you're still up. All right, Theo. See, you're the only guy on here, so got the Chipmunk going, and we're just about ready to get this airplane in the air soon. So got a little bit of work done on it. As everyone knows, we went electric on the Cargo Bird Chipmunk here. Not sure what the prop we're going to be running on it yet, but it is going to be a 6S 6S system on here, and got the battery hatch is all set up, ready to go over here as well on this. We'll go ahead and get it off the stand, make it a little easier for everyone to see. So next steps on the next steps. Thanks, Theo. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's 7 o'clock. Oh man, I hope all this blows over and we can come visit you. Yeah, so Chipmunk's getting along here. We're getting quite a bit done on it. Got all the covering done finally, and I'm really glad we got that done. We got the hatch is also completed here, ready to go. Next steps are really to get the cowl permanently mounted, or at least mounted on the aircraft. Get the battery straps in place, and so we're able to put the battery down in there, strap it down. Run the servos and everything for the tail feathers, get the servos mounted in the wing, finish painting the cowl, but really that's about it. So she's getting close, and really happy with how she's coming out so far. The decals were a little bit yellow. The clear sections, I tried to take as much of the clear off of them before I stuck them down. But again, it's going to be a sport scale, not a not a super scale, so we'll be all right. Yeah, so it's coming along. We're getting closer, and should be able to maybe get this plane in the air sometime next weekend, maybe, if all works out right. And if so, then I will make sure to bring the camera out and get some video of it in the air, and maybe take some pictures of Art Scholl's 1-3 Yankee with Art Scholl, or actually Skip Volt's 114 Victor, which I did for my dad from an old kit. So hopefully we'll get that down there. And yes, Theo, we are still planning on coming out to see you guys over the pond. Probably right now everything's in the air, of course, as you know, but we are still planning on making that trip out there. My son's looking forward to coming out to go to Legoland with you guys. So we'll see how that all comes out and see how the travel works out with everything going on nowadays. But yeah, we are planning on coming out to see you guys, and we can't wait. Yeah, so that's so much what we got done on the fuselage here. Let me go ahead and grab the wing. I'll be right back, and we'll take a look at see how the wing looks. Okay, so yeah, as we see here, we got the wing is completely covered as well. I think this came out pretty well. We got all the bars on, and the blue. It's almost a perfect match to the full size one. We put in the non-slip skips or strips here for the pilot getting in and out of the canopy. That's on both sides. And of course, we've got the retracts on here as well. These are from Hobby King. They're designed for the Hawker Hurricane, but they kind of work out perfectly on this in regards to size. We got everything's been modified and painted in here to make it look nice and allow the retract to go right up inside here. It does not go all the way up, but if anyone remembers, his doesn't do that either. But he did have covers for him. Unfortunately, I'm not going to do all that, but yeah, so we got that on there. The servos for the wing are all set up. We have the servo leads. I have some servo lead pulled through the wing already, so that way I can just wire them up. I got to get these glued. Got to get the hinges glued in, so we'll do that. And then, of course, the center section here, we have the two plastic pieces that go on the front and back. I'm going to use the plastic ones. I was going to make some wood ones, but I went ahead against that and did the plastic. We're going to trim out the sections here, and we're going to put that plastic in there on top of these areas. And then I got to do the blue stripe that's on the bottom of this plane and line that up as well. So we'll get that all set up and started probably this week sometime, if not next weekend. But it would be nice if we could get everything set up and done and functioning, ready for the maiden for next week. But I don't want to rush it. We're going to go ahead and take our time, make sure everything is set right, and go from there. But I'm really happy with how the covering came out on this. It's really nice, and really happy with it so far. But yeah, I do need to finish this bottom section here in the center and then get that all worked out. But yeah, so there, we'll set that aside there. And Cal is at least got the base coat of white on here, so that's all set, ready to go. Now that I got the motor mounted with the right thrust that it needs, we'll be able to align the cowl properly onto the fuselage, and we'll be able to go ahead and start putting in the screws at the hardwood points in here in the firewall. But it all fits nicely. And that goes right back to here, and gives me a nice little lip over the hatch here, so that way I can pull the hatch off, and the cowl overlaps that a little bit to blend that nicely. But we'll paint the red on here as well, coming around in the front, so this whole top will be red. Then I'll add the pinstripe as well onto the cowl and bring that around, and then we'll go ahead and use that two-part clear coat to seal all the decals in, because remember, we still got to get the Super Chipmunk guy in here as well. Sorry, I was a little low on there. But yeah, so the cowl fits on there nicely. We'll get the Super Chipmunk on here. We'll add the pinstriping and then the red over the cowl. But the cowl fits really nice. And it allows me to have that hatch like so. So that all looks really good. I'm really looking forward to getting that done and finishing that all up. So, but yeah, we'll get all the decals on, get all the painting finished, and she'll look really good. Trying to think what else I can really kind of go over here, but if anyone has any questions on anything that I did on here, did make the pilots and got the co-pilot in there. Got Art Scholl's aileron. Not sure how well it's going to show up in the camera there, but we got aileron in there. Yeah, so getting close, looking good. Not sure what else we can go over on here. I do want to apologize to everybody in regards to there was no video this morning. I do apologize. I did not get a lot of footage. What footage I do have of this build, I'm going to go ahead and put it into a time lapse with a few spots that might have some stuff in there and how I did certain things. But for the most part, this plane was built mostly by the book. I didn't do a lot of crazy going off the book type of thing. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this is all coming out. It's really beautiful, and just got to do a little bit of trimming, a little bit of cleaning up, get the servos. Servos are already mounted, actually. Got the servos in here, and we went with the Corona DS 339 HVs. They're high voltage servos, and they're perfect size for this airplane. We got same servos going in the ailerons. They're going to be mounted in the wings, so those should be pretty good. And that's pretty much all I have, guys. I just wanted to do just a quick update because I know I've been kind of slacking in regards to getting video out to you guys. So I apologize about that on this last video or on this last build. But I'm finding out that doing two builds at the same time is actually kind of difficult, and setting up cameras and everything. So I think for future reference, I'm not going to be doing two builds at the same time because I'm helping out with my son's airplane as well. And we're going to go ahead and finish that plane up once this one is completed. So we'll go straight over to his and just go full bore on it and get that one done. Then the next videos will be a repair on a Goldberg Ultimate Bipe from a former club member. So we're going to go ahead and do some minor repairs on that, and that's going to be mostly for building the basically just setting it up to where it can be hung at her house. So we're going to get that done. The Giles and the Cap 232 update. So we went out and flew the Giles again today. I did some modifications to it to alleviate some of the overheating of the engine, get some more coolant over the cylinder on the DLE 35. That all worked out really well. Flew fine. But I am noticing that I have a little bit of slop in the servos, and those are the Spectrum servos that I have for it. I don't remember the number off the top of my head, so we'll take a look at those later. Maybe do a quick video on how I can, how I'm planning to reduce the slop in the servo arm itself. Basically, I'm gonna have to move the linkage closer into the pivot point, try to reduce the slop there. But I've checked, and there is no slop anywhere else in the controls themselves. So the push rods, the control rods, or the push rods and the control horns are all solid. They're not moving. But when I reach a certain speed, I can see that the ailerons are starting to do a little bit of not quite fluttering, but they're causing some adverse, or not adverse, but uncommanded roll a little bit there. So we're going to have to fix that. The Cap 232, the Corona servos are a little bit on the slower side. So what I plan to do to repair, to reduce that, or to fix that a little bit, I plan on reducing my expo in that to make it a little bit more sensitive in the center, so that way I can't get behind it again on landing when it starts doing any wing rocking or anything like that. But other than that, that plane flew really nice. Very similar to the way I remember it flying back 20 years ago. So I'm really happy with that. And it's going to be a nice airplane with that 30cc up in the front of that. So I'm really looking good. It's really looking good there. I'm going to double check my CG again on that when we get it in the air again. But that probably won't be for a couple of weeks, especially if I get this one done first. If I get this one done and it's ready to maiden next week, then this is definitely going out instead of the Giles or the Cap. because I'm really looking forward to getting this airplane in the air, and I'm really happy with the covering on this one. It just came out so beautiful. I'm not going for perfect scale. I'm going more for a sports scale. So anybody that's I know I've had some comments about not having the round wingtips, but I like the flat wingtips. It keeps it all nice and clean. I was able to use the covering on it, which makes it really nice, opposed to having the plastic tips on there. I could have gone with some balsa blocks and carved them, but that's unneeded weight, and it doesn't make the plane fly any better, so that's why I went without it. But like I said, we are going electric, so the covering that you see on here now will stay nice and clean, which is always nice. Prevents any issues down the road with covering coming off because of the oils. So I'm really happy that my father actually talked me into going electric. I know there's a couple guys out there that die hard in regards to running, either a 4-stroke or 2-stroke nitro in this. And as I mentioned early on in the videos, I was planning on doing the Evolution 9cc in this. However, I don't believe it was going to give me enough power for this airplane. It may have been okay, but I figured why not go electric, keep it nice and clean, and keep it looking nice over a longer period of time. Now, I do have a new canopy coming. I made a boo-boo when I was trying to get the canopy to fit nicely, trying to pinch it in the back here. And when I did that, I heated it up a little too much, and it did cause a little bit of warping. But thankfully, Fiberglass Specialties, they do have the cowl, the canopy, and the wheel pants for this model still. And so I went ahead and ordered another canopy for it. And I'll get that all straightened out, and we'll paint it and get that mounted on there. But I'm really looking forward to getting this plane sitting on the ground next to my dad's Skip Volk, the SIG version of the Super Chipmunk. And having that sitting next to each other, they're going to look beautiful sitting next to each other. And then we're looking forward to actually flying both of them together. I'll fly as Art Scholl, of course, and he can fly his airplane as Skip Volk, and that'll look really nice. So really looking forward to that. If there aren't any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and close up this video. Again, I apologize for not having a video ready for you guys this morning at 6 a.m. like I usually do. I know all of you guys, excuse me, dry throat now. I know you guys are really looking forward to those videos every Saturday morning. Kind of like the Saturday morning cartoons that we used to watch as kids. But I got tied up with a lot of work stuff this week. Didn't get a chance to do any editing of the video on this build. I do have some video, and I will get that video to you guys. It just may be after the maiden. But anything that's really important, any big changes that you guys want me to do, anything that I made modifications on with this aircraft, if you have any questions about how I did any of them, please do feel free to put in the comments below. I do read them, or in the chat, in the live chat next to it. Let me know if there's anything specific out of these modifications that I did to this aircraft that you are very interested in doing, and I'll do a video that kind of goes over just those sections. So let me know, and we'll go from there. Now, one other thing, and this is just a quick note, I do have a new gimbal that I can do really good videos up close, walking around and looking at the aircraft and getting into some tight spots. If you guys have any specifics on this build, or any of the builds for that matter, that you want me to do a more of a clarification video on. So just let me know, and we'll go from there. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. And maybe we'll be bringing this out to the flying field. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you like the video. And if you're looking forward to seeing this maiden flight, make sure you hit the bell so you get the notification. And we'll see you on the next video, guys. Awesome. See you guys later.